Hey everybody, this is Jill for today. Do you have a dehydrator? If you do, pull that baby out because we're going to start doing some dehydrating here at Jill for today. We're going to start out with onions. Very simple, very easy process, and you'll just love the fact that you have them dehydrated and you're going to make soup or stew or whatever, chili, and you just throw those in dry and you don't have to store this in your refrigerator, you know, all those extra onions that you might have. So let's go on down. I'll show you what I'm doing right now. I have peeled, of course, and, cut that onion in half. This is how I do it. I find it's safest and it's easiest to do. And then what I'm using here is my handy chopper here. So you see this grid. What I try to do is cut the onion in a thickness that's approximate to that grid width, so you have more of a square piece of onion. So I'm just going to cut these up here. I'm going to do a bunch of them, and I won't bore you with that, but I thought I'd just at least show you how my chopper works because it is such a wonderful, wonderful find here. This is the Mueller brand, and I have that at my Amazon store. It has slicing blades and all those things. It's just a wonderful, and now this is going to make a lot of noise, so just let you know. Anyway, you just start banging those in there, and it just chops up beautifully. I've got a bunch of onions in there already, so it's starting to get a little full. Okay, and I'm going to move that out, and I'm going to bring my bowl in so you can see what I've got. Here's the bowl so far. I'm going to do 6 large onions today. This is 4. Oh, excuse me, this is 3 and this is another 2, so that's 5 right there. A lot of onions. And you see what I'm talking about here though, as far as the square goes? It's just, and it's uniform. And you're going to have pieces that are going to fall apart, and you're going to have pieces that might be a little larger. But basically, when you cut that onion about the same width as your grid, you're going to get a pretty nicely squared off piece of onion. So I'm going to finish this off, and I'll bring my dehydrating trays in, and I'll show you that next step. All right, so we've got all of the onions cut up. There's a big bowl here. You know, I'll make a comment. Yeah, you can buy dehydrated, dried onion flakes in the store. Yeah, you can, but these are superior. I prefer these so much more. I just have never cared that much for the dehydrated onion flakes in the market. But if you have a dehydrator and you want to just spend 15 minutes doing this, it's so much better. So I'm just going to spread these out now. I've got 6 trays, and I'll show you my dehydrator as I'm putting the trays in. And you just spread them out. They don't have to be perfectly separated and not piled on top of each other. You just want to just kind of spread them out here a little bit. Like so. And then I'll do another one. And then we'll do the others and then get to the dehydrator. Now I am dehydrating these outside, and hopefully you might have a location where you could dry them outside, because you can imagine turning a dehydrator on and having this running. Oops, I see what's wrong here. I haven't got this on straight. I see I'm going the opposite way here. That's better. That's why that didn't feel right. I know I made a mess, but that's all right. I'll clean that up later. Anyway, yeah, I dehydrate these outside because it really builds up in your home, and your whole house smells like onions. So I'm just going to continue lining these trays with the onions, and then we'll get to that dehydrator, and we'll get started cooking these off. Okay, we are out here on the patio. This is the Kasori. It's a sweet little dehydrator. It's very reasonably priced. You don't have to buy a big, expensive Excalibur, which I had once before, and it's a nice. Excalibur is a very nice dehydrator, but I'll tell you, this Kasori is so nice. It goes right on my kitchen counter. It's extremely quiet, and I love it. So I'm going to stack these in here. I have my dehydrator set at 125 degrees, and I had set it, I was preheating it, see 125 degrees, and I've set it for 8 hours. And I looked up how much it costs to run this particular dehydrator per hour, And it's 11 and a half cents an hour to run this dehydrator, which is pretty darn cheap. And it's, like I said, it's quiet. It just takes care of itself. When it's done, with the time that's on there, it shuts itself off, and you can check to see when, if the product is really dry. I might just like right in there. All right, everybody, so this is for now. Hopefully I'll see you in about 8 hours. Well, 8.5 hours later, here we are. And here is this bowl. I took them out of the dehydrator, and they're nice. Can you hear that? Hear how crispy that is? Yeah. And they dried out beautifully, and they smell wonderful. And a couple things you need to know about when you do dehydrated foods, any kind of fruit or vegetable that you do your own dehydrating. You have to do what they call conditioning. And what that means is that you want to make sure that you've got that percentage of dryness at least 90%. So when you think that this is thoroughly dry, what you normally do is put it in jars or some sort of container that you can actually watch it for 2 or 3 days, maybe 5 days. And what you're going to do is, let me just see if I can get all this in there. Every day for about 5 days, you're going to take this jar, and I'll show you. All right, I'll just do this for demonstration purposes. I'll get the rest of this in there later. If you do vacuum sealing and you've been using a food saver, I'm telling you what, this is a real game changer. I use this for everything. It has an insert for your smaller jar lid, and then you just pop this off, and now it's for your larger, and it's amazing. You just put your little lid on there, and it's a USB, so it's rechargeable, and it absolutely sucks all of that air out of that container. And it takes, it depends on how much food is in there, of course, and there's not much in there. So it might take longer, but I wanted to at least show you what a neat new gadget there is. And I'm going to stop this here so I can take it off. The lid won't be sealed, but I wanted to just demonstrate. Actually, that lid is sealed. That lid is sealed on there. Look at this. See there? So I'm going to now open it so you can hear the sound. Here we go. That's a seal. And I use this for everything. And doesn't matter, what I put in there.
What is it?
Oh, thank you. This is the Kytool vacuum sealer, jar sealer. And I will put a link to this on my Amazon store for you. I'll put a link down below so you can see it. But it's, excuse me, it is a great little gizmo, and they were very reasonably priced. So, having said that, when I do have this sealed, and I'll just hold it there, what you do is, for like I said, 4 or 5 days, you'll just do this. And if there are clumps of your onions in there, or you see any condensation on the jar, or if it should stick. Now, this is a little more sugary item, onions, but you should not have any sticking. And once that is 4 or 5 days and you've seen no change, still loose and light and no sticking or clumping, then you can go ahead and seal this with the lid. Pressure seal it, vacuum seal it if you like. You could put an oxygen absorber in there, but it's not necessary because you heard that seal. About 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons equals half an onion. No, that's not right. I looked it up today because I always use them and I just never think about it. I think it was 2 tablespoons equals an onion. So there's a lot of there. And what I do is, if I'm making soup or whatever it is, I just throw it in, and it will rehydrate with stuff that you're using. Okay, that's it for now. Next on is broccoli, and I'll show you how to dehydrate broccoli. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you'll tell your friends about my channel. Thanks. Bye-bye.